Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to yet another unboxing video. Now, I don't do them anymore, because it seems to me like I was just showing off, like, hey, look what I got, hey, I got shit, and, some more stuff. But, this being said, I have been waiting for this for some time, and I have been very excited about this particular action figure. Now, let me just provide you with a little bit of a history. Not my personal history, but the history of this character and the history of this action figure. So after the demise, and even before that, of DC Direct, or DC Collectibles, which was the prime maker of DC Comics action figures and memorabilia and such, McFarlane got the license to make DC Comics and DC Universe action figures. Now, McFarlane was big. It was huge at the beginning of the early odds and in the end of the 1990s, when he started his, Todd McFarlane action figure company. And he was mainly making Spawn action figurines, of course, based on his comic books, but also he ventured into movie action figures, specifically horror, or the biggest number of figures, apart from Spawn, that his company was making was horror themed action figures, and they were top notch. Not much articulation, but that has never been a problem for me, since I just display my figures and I prefer good look over articulation. And then he didn't disappear from the scene, but he got not really good for a long time. And then he started acquiring some movie licenses and making some alright action figures. But the fact remains that the prime, as far as DC Comics action figurines, had DC Collectibles or DC Comics, which it was a part of DC Comics, which was a part of the DC Entertainment, which was then bought by AT&T and then, of course, cancelled by AT&T, as well as the DC Comics will be very soon. And so Todd McFarlane, has been just kicking it very strongly. Man, he's been awesome in making action figures for the last year. He's been making mainly Batman figures, mainly Bat-related figures. There have been very few action figures of other characters, such as Superman or Flash, some Wonder Woman characters, but he's been focusing mainly on the Bat characters and the different versions, like from the Dark Knight's Metal, Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Night on Earth, from the animated series, from the, different runs on Batman. And this is probably my very favorite, so far, action figure that Todd McFarlane has produced in this particular line, the DC Multiverse. And it is one of the most badass versions of the Dark Knight himself. Now, it's not Bruce Wayne, and if you have been watching my channel for quite some time, you know that I don't really like when there's a Batman and he's not Bruce Wayne, except for the cases when he's from a different reality, not from the mainstream DC Comics multiverse reality. Alternative realities in comic books, that's a different question. You can have anything and anybody. Just look at the Dark Knight's Metal and Death Metal. You've got the Dark Multiverse and the different versions and interpretations of the Dark Batman, who are, all of them, some sort of combination with something else or some other hero. That I do like. And this character has, for the first time, appeared in the comic book Flashpoint, which rebooted DC Multiverse for quite some time, and was followed by the New 52, which then lasted for a couple of years until DC Comics changed it again and made it into Rebirth, which was a disaster. But I loved New 52. I was one of the very few people who actually enjoyed a lot of titles from the New 52, not only the Batman title, which of course made Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo famous for writing and drawing Batman, but during the Flashpoint character, in which Flash travels through different realities, he met this version of Batman. Flashpoint Batman. And it's a Batman from a reality where Thomas and Martha Wayne are not killed in the dark alleyway, in the crime alley, but it is their son, Bruce, who is killed in the dark alleyway when they, finished watching the movie Zorro. And now spoilers will come, and this, of course, resulted into not Bruce Wayne, but Thomas Wayne becoming Batman. And now, even bigger spoiler, it resulted into Martha Wayne becoming the Joker. So originally, he only appeared in Flashpoint and has his own miniseries, which tied in into the Flashpoint. And it was fantastically written, it was very well drawn, and then he appeared in the Button crossover between Batman and Flash. But and this is a picture from the cover, by the way. So this action figure is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, Todd McFarlane has been focusing on articulation a bit more than he used to when he was still making just Spawn figures and such. But he did not abandon his focus on detail. And yes, the Thomas Wayne version of Batman does use guns. And it also comes with a trading card right there, which is this picture, actually, and with a stand. So, and his leg is a bit crooked in this package, so I do keep my figures closed, in the packages, but the fact that, this can be opened and then put it again, I might just pull it out, adjust the leg, because it looks horrible. And they put the price tag on the front. Fucking idiots! I hate when they do that. Well, never mind. I got this action figure finally. I've been looking forward to it, and I'm going to display it next to my other Batman action figure. So, what do you think, my friends? Have you read Flashpoint? Have you enjoyed the Thomas Wayne Batman? What do you think about him? And are you collecting action figurines? What are your favorite ones? Let me know in the comments down below. And that will be all from me. See you soon, and goodbye.